taking on Tabari Chocolate Cowboy Grubbs. How do you like that name?
Man, I tell you what, the Chocolate Cowboy, you got to have some kind of swagger to call yourself that. But I tell you one thing, it's already very interesting. Both guys said they're the best. One guy said he doesn't have to prove anything. The other guy flat out said, I'm already the best. So that's why they're the main event, Todd. They want to see and they want to show everybody they're the man. Main event fight doesn't get any better than that.
Great platform for those two young fighters to get some main event experience. And those are two of our more experienced fighters on the card. The Gangster with 10 amateur fights under his belt. He's only, well, I say only, but still that's a lot of, he's 29 years of age with 10 fights. He's looking to hopefully go pro sometime soon. Taking on Tabari Grubbs. What's his record, Clay?
He is 4-1. 4-1. Winning record for the Chocolate Cowboy. Both men coming into this. Capone trying to get above 500, and the Chocolate Cowboy looking to keep his winning streak alive. I believe he has three straight wins in his last 3 fights.
If those of you at home can hear our DJ in the background, there's some deafening noise here in the Booker T World Gym Arena. We got a packed house here tonight. The energy is undescribable, Clay.
Absolutely. Full house, full arena. We moved the bleachers out. We brought the chairs in. They're hanging from the rafters, if you will, Todd. All here to see some fights. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am hyped up for these fights.
And those of you that are watching at home, we got a couple of fights here tonight. I'd like to feature while we await our first fight of the night. Prior to kicking things off, I'd like to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. We got Texas Pit Stop Barbecue here in Texas City. Check them out at txpitstopbarbecue.com. Also, United Way, Galveston County Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org. Also, Mainland City Center. Thank you guys for your support here. Anybody that is interested in sponsoring us, give us a information at clearlifemediainfo.com.
Absolutely, info at clearlifemedia.com. Let us know you want to support us. Let us know. We're any sporting event. Let us know. We would be happy to come in, cover it for you. Man, I tell you what, Todd, we were talking about it before the camera started rolling. There's a lot of fighters. This is their debut fight. A lot of hungry young talent looking to come in and just absolutely make a name for themselves, get themselves in the win column to start out their careers. That's going to be exciting to see. You have these hungry young competitors, and anything can happen. They're going to be swinging for the fences, shooting for double legs, trying to do anything they can to make sure they come out on top.
Promoter Chris Lopez has brought together the Elevate Fighting Championship, and this is great for the fighters, for them to have another avenue, another platform, if you will, to work their craft. It can be difficult finding fights as a up-and-coming fighter, and promoter Chris Lopez giving a lot of young, hungry fighters that opportunity, and as you're saying, we're having quite a few debuting fighters here tonight, so it's going to be interesting. So this is Elevate Fighting Championship's second show. On the first show, we saw some killer knockouts and some excellent fights. And here to support some of the fighters, we got Zero Fight Gear in the house. They're going to be giving a set of specialty gloves to the two fighters in the fight of the night, and then they're going to declare the fighter of the night and give them a set of special gloves. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot on the line. You know, it's not just about getting that record to look nice. Zero Fight Gear, making sure you go home with a little something special if you overperform tonight in a way.
Right now, the Texas Commission is just doing some final checkups, checking the cage, making sure everything is safe for the fighters, making sure all the fighters are ready backstage, all wrapped up and ready to go.
Absolutely. Once we get going, we don't want to stop. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, Clay, because we got plenty of time before we kick things off with our first fight of the night. But one fighter I wanted to feature, I know you were talking quite a bit about him in our pre-event, and that was Jeremy Milbourne, the Muay Thai fighter here out of Houston, Texas. You were pretty impressed with his credentials.
Yeah, reading the background, we've got a former Muay Thai Olympic team, 2018, and he's out to prove that Muay Thai can compete in MMA. That's actually a recent question I saw people talking about online. Why aren't more Muay Thai fighters in? Oh, it looks like we're about to get ready.
Let's hand it over to our announcer, Colin Cantrell. And here we have the Honey Badger, Bryan Gregorio, making his way to the cage. 5'6", 25 years of age, representing Texas Third Coast. Looking for his first win tonight here, Clay.
Yeah, we asked what his goals are tonight. He put it very simply: prove you can win. The Honey Badger not looking to get stung again and again, looking to come out victorious here tonight.
And we see black belt in the Houston area and highly regarded competitor, black belt Jason Solis, working his corner from Texas Third Coast. He's gonna go into this fight well coached, well prepared. And Clay, a fighter looking for his first win. He's had 2 fights under his belt, still in search of that first win. How do you think that motivates this man's motivation?
Well, as we said, that is his goal. You know, there's a lot of times you come into a fight, maybe you're looking to prove your striking has improved. Maybe you're looking to prove your grappling has improved. You know, there's a lot of ways you can interpret fights, but it's simply put, just show you can win. That's the motivation. Just show up better than you were in the last 2 fights and prove, not just to everyone else, but prove to yourself that you can win.
His last fight was in April of this year. Went back to the drawing board, took about a 6-month layoff, has been training for the last 5 years. And there you see him in the cage, Bryan Gregorio, ready for action. And here we have, making his way to the cage, Nguyen, 5'8", 33 years of age, representing Paradigm Combat. His last fight was unanimous decision victory over Jacob Martinez. That was back in February of this year. And so Clay's going into this fight with a lot of, well, with some momentum on his side.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 win already. You got to believe this is actually a big fight here. It's not the 0-0 record, but you win this when you go 2-0. That's a big momentum pickup, like you said. But if something were to happen, you lose it, you go to 500. That could be a big effect on the psyche. You got to come in with the mindset that you will not be defeated tonight. That's what we're going to see here from young Nguyen.
This fight will be contested at the 135-pound weight limit. Nguyen taking on Bryan Gregorio. There we see the final touches for Nguyen as he prepares to take on the Honey Badger.
Yeah, these 135ers, we're going to have to keep our eyes open. Blinking, you might miss something. These young men will look to move quick.
A lot of speed in the cage. Nguyen, ready for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Burger T's World Generator right here in Texas City, Texas. Tonight's fight's brought to you by Lopez Promotions. They present Elevate Fighting Championship Amateur Series 2. Our first fight tonight is being brought to us by Train to Win and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each and a bantamweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5'6" tall, official weight 135 pounds. His record stands 0 wins against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, the Honey Badger, Bryan Gregorio. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Valerie Delgado in the red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, also weighed 135 pounds. His record 1 win, no defeats. Fighting out of Houston, Texas,
Bryan, the Honey Badger Gregorio. Nguyen. And our first fight is officially underway.
I tell you right away, noticing Nguyen looks very loose.
Oh, big overhand right there for the Honey Badger, and he's got Nguyen stunned.
Yeah, he's swinging those hooks right over that guard. He's trying to get engaged right away. Make this into a fight.
Gregorio is hungry to get that first win. Coming out aggressive thus far.
Absolutely, a very boxing-heavy stance. Ducking his head down, leaning under these jabs. Trying to swing hooks.
Those of you watching at home, these fights are amateur fights. They are three-minute rounds. Shot now for Nguyen, and defended nicely there by Gregorio.
Ooh, a good uppercut on the exit there, too.
Oh, goodness. And these two guys are going at it here tonight at Elevate Fighting Championship.
Yeah, I tell you, Todd, we're seeing almost more of a Muay Thai stance here from Nguyen. He's upright. And the Honey Badger is ducking that head in a la Mike Tyson and trying to swing hooks over that guard.
Nguyen now looking for his openings. Trying to stalk Gregorio now, but Gregorio being light on his feet.
Absolutely, as we said. Ooh, good straight right here in front of us.
Solid combination from Nguyen.
Nguyen moving well.
Oh, good 1-2, 1-2 there from Gregorio.
Look.
He's got Nguyen on his heels, looking for the takedown now. Can he finish it?
I tell you, Nguyen was doing a good job moving, but the pressure eventually got to him, got his back to the cage. We saw Gregorio was able to pin him up against it now, trying to put more pressure, apply that pressure, and hammer away in this clinch.
Halfway into this first round now, and I've been impressed with the aggression of Gregorio.
Yeah, when a Honey Badger wants to prove he can win, you're going to see some aggression.
Over underhook position now from these two fighters. They take the clinch. Looked to be the center, but Gregorio just muscles Nguyen into the cage.
Yeah, absolutely. He's keeping that right hand free floating, trying to use it to strike.
Just under a minute left. You have to wonder what his Nguyen's coaches instructing him to do to get this, see if he can take this round back.
A good scramble. He's got an underhook here. Excuse me, a waist lock.
Oh, from the whizzer. Gregorio now reverses the position.
Gregorio needs to be careful, though. He shot right back into that clinch and actually wound up in a plum there and ate some shots on the way in. That cannot be your MO if you're trying to get inside. You cannot take shots to close that distance.
Nguyen from the Paradigm Combat, very well schooled. Just under 10 seconds left in this opening round. And once again, Gregorio looking to go for the well one more time with that whizzer throw. And round one comes to a close. Clay, how do you score that one?
I tell you, fast, action-packed first round. I got to probably give it to Gregorio, though. I think he managed to maintain that clinch control just a bit longer. Maybe took a bit more damage on the way in, but I think he landed the more impressive strikes and was able to move Nguyen along the cage a little bit better for my taste.
I'd have to agree with you, Clay. I give Gregorio a slight edge in that round. He landed some solid shots, and his movement was a little bit more aggressive. I think he had a little bit better cage control, but it's a close round. Nguyen is still in this fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's scored for 3 rounds for a reason. I think Nguyen needs to come out and maybe use some of his movement, hit those angles, and float that jab out there and punish this aggression.
We are in Texas City, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear a lot of Latin flavor in the background here in Texas.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Referee J.J. Ferraro. A lot of Muay Thai experience for J.J. Ferraro. Couldn't ask for a better, well, you could ask. We have some pretty experienced referees here tonight, but got a very ring-savvy veteran martial artist in referee J.J. Ferraro. Round 2 underway.
And Nguyen is bringing pressure this round. He is bringing pressure now. Less floating to the angles.
Man, as you're saying that, Nguyen coming out strong. Gregorio meets him right back with the same aggression.
Absolutely. He's looking to use these kicks to pressure Gregorio against the cage.
Yeah, these two exchanging kicks early on, and now Nguyen now with the 1-2 and closing the gap, driving Gregorio into the cage.
Yeah, he used that teep kick. He used it just to push him up against the cage, close that distance. Kind of switched roles there from that first round. You lost the pressure fight in the first round.
And Nguyen breaks away with a solid strike, trying to take it back to center. Right here, this is really solid cage control from Nguyen. We always train our fighters, have your back pointed towards the center, and that's going to make sure that you have control of the cage.
Yeah, you make people fight in a phone booth like that, Todd. And look at this. As quick as we say that, as quick as we say Gregorio able to switch position, and now he's got Nguyen back against the cage again in this clinch.
Referee J.J. Ferraro giving Gregorio a warning for trying to snag the cage there.
Yeah, this is an interesting position. Really fighting for this single leg.
Right now, Gregorio ends up on top. Nguyen trying to get control, was unable to get it. Gregorio now enjoying top position. In these amateur fights, ladies and gentlemen, you are not allowed to elbow in the face or do reinforced knees to the face. You can knee to the body all you like, but not to the face.
And that was very interesting there. Nguyen almost used axe kicks to get up to re-secure his clinch on his end.
Nguyen now enjoying that position. Well, as soon as I say that, Gregorio reverses it.
Again, these 135ers, man, we got to be on our game tonight.
As far as this round is a closer round than the first. Nguyen needed that first round to get a little bit warmed up. He's definitely coming alive in this round, but Gregorio out hustling him to the positions.
It appears we're having some trouble with our round clock. We do apologize for that. We'll try to get it straightened out as soon as we can. Ooh, good shoulder check.
Nonetheless, the crowd at home enjoying this action. And then once again, Gregorio needs to be careful not to get deducted a point. That's about the second or third time that I've seen him grab the cage, and that one almost interfered with the positioning.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's keeping this round for him might be the takedown he scored in the ground and pound. And if he gets taken down here, it could be a much closer round than he wants.
Would not fault referee J.J. Ferraro for deducting a point if he wanted to. He's given him plenty of warnings.
Absolutely.
Just under 10 seconds, and this is what Michael Nguyen needed. He needed a strong finish to see if he can steal this round.
Yeah, most likely stealing the round here with the aggressive ground and pound.
Gotta be careful with those up kicks. And round two comes to a close.
And folks, I've got to believe we've got it 1-1 early on. Todd, we're just getting started. We've already got some great fights here tonight.
Yeah, stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We have 12 action-packed fights here tonight for you. And this is kicking things off with our 135-pound matchup. And I was just about to ask you, Clay, if you felt that Michael Nguyen did enough to steal that round, and you felt that he did.
Yeah, I think like judges are human beings, and human beings have short-term memory. I think at the end there, you see the crowd get excited, you see those strikes. I think he stole it there at the end with that takedown and that ground and pound. It was very similar to what Gregorio was able to do, but it happened later in the round. I think it'll be fresher in the judges' minds.
I agree with you on the short-term memory of some of these judges. You can't forget that Gregorio also had some good positions too at the start of earlier part of the round. So I could even argue an even round.
Maybe
but
so.
If I'm coaching Michael Nguyen, though, I'm telling him to treat this like you got to get the stoppage. It's way too close to sit on a decision.
Yeah, I think Nguyen needs to use those kicks again. The pressure and the kicks really bothered Gregorio early on in that round.
A lot of questions to be answered in this third and final round between these two bantamweights.
Yeah, I tell you, Nguyen looks like he is enjoying himself. Big smile, big nod, looking loose from the start of this and throwing those kicks, throwing strikes early on.
Gregorio still light on his feet, and Nguyen now putting the pressure.
Todd, did you see the way he almost acted like he wanted to clinch and use that opening to throw strikes?
And you know what? They are going just as hard in this third round as they were in the opening round. These guys are in phenomenal shape.
No doubt about it. There it is, that teep kick again. It is draining. Draining with these body shots from Nguyen.
Good range control there from Nguyen with those push teep kicks. And I'll tell you what, Nguyen seems to enjoy control from the outside. Every time they get in close, Gregorio seems to have a little bit of the advantage.
Yeah, Gregorio is absolutely trying to close. Ooh, big right hand over the top from Nguyen. I tell you, Gregorio wants to get inside and throw those hooks and make this a dirty, brawling fight. And Nguyen is using those kicks to keep the distance and just throw body shots right underneath that elbow, right into the floating ribs.
And Nguyen using that 1-2, 1-2 to close the gap, enjoying the body clinch now. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, what will Nguyen do You got to think he can't be satisfied with just cage control here.
Both these fighters with 5+ years of combat experience under their belts, and they're moving like a couple of pros here.
Absolutely, right here in front of us.
And this is right in our face as Gregorio switches the positioning.
This is high-level grappling, folks. Don't get it twisted.
And once again, another warning from Ferrara.
Yeah, Nguyen using his legs there to grapevine up Gregorio. You got to think he can't give too many more warnings without doing something about it.
If I'm Nguyen's coach, I'm telling him, get that takedown. You need it.
Absolutely.
Because this is too close of a fight to call.
No doubt, to me, it all comes down to that second round. How do these judges score it? But right now, this one's still close.
Heck, you say that, yeah, this round 3 is almost as close as the second one, arguably.
Yeah, that's the thing about amateur fights. You've got 3 minutes and 3 rounds. You don't have long. You've got to make a statement as quick as you can. As we see, Nguyen almost has back control here.
Yeah, Nguyen's doing a better job in this round than he has in previous rounds in the cage control.
Yeah, Todd, I got to wonder if those body kicks, those teep kicks, maybe took something out of Gregorio. Maybe getting winded here. Look at this.
Nguyen now picking up the action. There's just 10 seconds left, and they're going to finish strong. They're going to slug it out to the bell, Clay.
Absolutely. These two young men swinging for the fence. Leave it all in the Texas City arena.
Bryan, the Honey Badger Gregorio, and Michael Nguyen go the distance, ladies and gentlemen.
My goodness.
What
Folks,
a fight.
that is fight number 1, and I got to believe our cage has already been filled. What do we do? My goodness.
Promoter Chris Lopez at Elevate Fighting Championship delivering quite the opening fight here for you tonight. And I know Zero Fight Gear has quite the task of them ahead. That's just the first fight for them to judge. They got 11 more to choose. What's going to be the fight of the night and fighter of the night, Clay?
Man, it's already too early to tell, but we've already got contenders. I tell you what, an absolutely awesome fight at that 135-pound division. My goodness, we saw it all in that round, Todd. We saw some ground fighting, we saw some clinch fighting, we saw some striking, some brawls, some big hits, some good cage control. What more could you want out of a fight?
Well, Clay, we've been talking about this for a long time. The fighters in the Texas area, Houston is the hotbed, one of the hotbeds of the nation in producing some of the best fighters. I mean, these two guys, they're amateur fighters with less than 3 fights under their belt, but both of them have over 5 years of combat experience, you know, going into this fight. So, I mean, these guys look like solid pros in only their second and third fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This Texas heat, this southern weather, mixed up with a little bit of Mexico coming up. You get some tough human beings in this Texas area.
We're going to hand it over to Colin Cantrell for the official decision.
Big round of applause for these two fighters leading the cage, everything they got. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Judge Michelle Morales scores the fight 29-28 for Gregorio. Judge Patrick Patton scores the fight 29-28 win. And Judge Chance Williams scores the fight 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Michael Nguyen.
And congratulations to Michael Nguyen as he improves to 2-0. I'm sure we'll be seeing many more fights of Michael Nguyen in months and years to come here on Elevate Fighting Championship.